Hello. We will start the webinar in one moment. Okay, this is another webinar about BetterTrader and how to use it. I will try to pass on the main benefit that you can get from this platform, including the economy calendar and how we interpret the news in real time and how you can benefit from here. And how the other thing is how the trade ideas work, how you can use them, and then the backtester. Additionally, I will do some explanation about the voice assistant, which can give you more coloring about how this ecosystem can help you in your trading or not. Then you see according to your trading style. Okay, so let's go first of all the economy calendar. Now, what you see now, it's my web version of the economy calendar and the BetterTrader platform. It's without installation. It's just like nice screen that without all the navigation in the top. Okay, let's see. For example, right now was some economic event, existing home sales in the US market, expectation 0.6. The actual number looks very weaker, minus 0.7. But actually, you can see here the indication in real time. This is real case. It's a bit weaker. Nothing really special about this. So the existing home sales, the numbers, again, you can see it here, a bit weaker. It's easy to understand the surprise. You don't need to calculate it by yourself and then to compare it to previous times. And if this is a big negative surprise or not, you can get it just here. And that's kind of nice. Let's open this one, existing home sales. We can see news-driven trade idea for the gold. We will explore it in a moment. This is real time. And here we can see historical data for this event, previous releases. The last 3 previous time was a bit weaker as well. You can see the magnitude. It's and let's jump to this release. Like there is trade idea, short, entry price, stop loss, profit target. We will cover what it's mean, but you can see that these events happened 14 times in the last 14 times. The existing home sales in the last 3 years was a bit weaker, and 6 times the market went down, the gold. 2 times it's reached the stop loss if you executed this trade idea, and 6 times no significant move. So actually it's not bad trade to execute. This is the historical success rate, 6 out of 8 it's win. And the entry price. And if I used to prepare for this trade idea before the event, I can see, and then I probably do like gold. I see potential trade idea for gold, and I will do like another thing. It's called another gold with another time frame. The way that you can prepare for trading the news, like before the event release, you can open the charts 1 minute and 5 minutes. But probably you have now the question, why I choose to open the charts of the gold. Now I already know it's after the event release, but the real preparation for trading the news, it's not after the event release to start to open the charts, it's before. And with BetterTrader, we don't know what's going to be the actual number or the magnitude of surprise. In this time, it's a bit weaker. What we do know is, and that's what we are doing, to do simulation and to do backtesting. So, and then before the event release, you can see which instrument probably going to be active for trading. So let's pick another event and then we will back to this trade and see. As you can see, by the way, this trade, it's already in some profit. Here is the trade idea, like the entry price. Here is the current price. So it's not bad, but it's still not success. It's still, here is the profit target. and let's see how we can prepare before the event release. Let's say tomorrow, let's pick some event that's important that happened tomorrow. Initial jobless claim, very interesting event. We want to watch it. And here how we can prepare before the event release. Euro, let's say this is event that not necessarily I'm going to trade, but let's say that you trade the pound dollar, the sterling dollar, and if it's going to be stronger, could be some opportunity for the pound dollar for long. If it's going to be a bit weaker, 12 out of 15 times, the pound dollar went down. So even before this event release, I can open here the pound dollar. I will open here the same. I like to look about on the markets usually like for trading economic event like 5 minutes and 1 minute chart. So here is the 1 minute, here is the 5 minutes. So I have some plan. If this event going to release stronger or weaker, I will trade the pound dollar because I see what happened in similar situation of the past. And then after the event release, if the release is falling in this magnitude of surprise or this magnitude of surprise, you will see here the magnitude of surprise, and here you will see the trade idea. So in this way, you can prepare for the event of tomorrow or any single event that you care about and moving the markets that you trade. Another interesting tomorrow is manufacturing PMI. Let's click. And let's see here, there is good opportunity. You can see that if this event going to be stronger, there is very good opportunity for the oil. We can recognize it even before the event release. This is exciting. So I can really prepare to trade the oil. So if the manufacturing PMI is going to be positive, probably I'm going to go long for the oil. After the event release, I will get trade idea for the oil. And this helped me to be ready and not to be surprised after the event release. So, and if it's going to be negative, probably I will trade something else, probably the Euro USD. So you can see here, I can identify the opportunity before the event release, even without knowing what's happened, what's the release going to be like anyone else. So this is the economy calendar. Then we will back to this. It's with the backtester explanation, and then let's jump to the trade idea. There is several different kind of trade ideas. Actually, there is two. There is news-driven trade ideas, which it means that economic event happened. We identified that the system detected that the past at the same magnitude of surprise. And magnitude of surprise, it means that if this release, it's a bit weaker, much weaker, or extremely weaker. It's not the same. Not all the releases that weaker, it's the same. So if news-driven trade ideas, it's in the same situation of the same magnitude of surprise for the same event, what's happened in the past. This is news-driven trade idea. And price-driven trade ideas, it's when there is some movement in the markets. And let's pick something like this. S&P 500. Let's pick some nice movement. I'm looking for some nice trigger. Okay, let's take this one. It's nice trigger. This trade, USD Canadian dollar long. This trade idea was detected after silver moved up 1.25%. So if there is some significant move in one instrument, it could be leader for another instrument. And that's exactly the point, that we don't want to trade the leader instrument. We prefer to trade the following instrument. So significantly move up in the silver, trigger trade idea for the USD CAD. And this is a nice opportunity to trade the USD CAD and not the silver. So we can react to some leader market, and all this correlation between the trigger and the leader market and the follower market, all of them calculated on 1 minute basis, and it's all the time updated. So if the correlation break in some moment, we stop to delivering these trade ideas. This is about like the price-driven trade idea. Some significant move in the market happened. You would like to know what's happened in similar situation, and then you can react on it. Okay, another thing that I want to pass here, and there is a lot of interest around this, so I will explain it one time. It's about the voice assistant. If you're sitting on your, it's more for your desktop station.
It looks like we're all set.
We have Jay Adward, she is the voice assistant, and she will help you before the event release with reminders. Once the event release, you can get the release with extremely stronger USD unemployment rate, and you don't even need to watch the event by itself. If there is some significant move on the market, the trigger trade idea for instrument that you care about, you can get it, and then you will hear price-driven trade idea for S&P 500. If Donald Trump tweet or Elon Musk or whatever account that you care about in Twitter, you can get the tweets here. So Donald Trump tweet, you're about to get to some trade, you get it here in the system, and you even can ask us to read the tweet for you. So you can stay all the time updated. You don't need to open many screens and to really try to read Twitter or identify new tweets. You can just understand some tweet just happened. Let's see if there is some excessive volatility in the market, or I can pass. The same like movement of market open and close, highest of the day, crossing yesterday highs, and so on. The voice assistant, it's here to remind you about things that about to happen and to deliver you new information right on the time when it's happened. And now I want to dig a bit more into trade ideas. Let's take again, like let's back to our trade idea with the gold. Now the gold, it's a bit lower. You can see it's halfway to the profit target. Here you can see stop loss, entry price, and first profit target. Now I will explain more what is this kind of things and how we calculate them and why we're delivering this to you in real time. It works like this. This trade idea, short gold after existing home sales, that this existing home sales release was a bit weaker. Not big surprise. It's a bit weaker. Let's see what's happened. 6 times it was win. So 6 times the market went down. Now we want to, when we trade, we want, okay, that's what's happened. Now I want to learn from this success of this trade. So every single time in this 6 time of the short, we never touch this stop loss, like this delta. So it means that as long as the market didn't touch this stop loss, we're in good position. It's good entering. It's good entry. So it means it still looks like a success. But if the market's already above the stop loss, this not looks like a success in the past, because in these 6 win times in the past, the market didn't went up so much before it's dropped down. So this the stop loss. It means stop loss that hold these 6 wins. This is very important. And if I can mention 2 things that important about trade ideas, keep to enter on the right entry price, not more expensive or lower in this case, and keep the stop loss as is. Don't stretch more, because all the idea and logic behind trade ideas in our system, it's about how success at the past looks like. So here, this trade idea almost in the profit target, and then let's explain what is this profit target. The profit target, it's the profit target is the point that reach the first profit target in all these success trades. So every time that every single time of these 6 times of short of the gold at the past, we reach this delta. So it's good indication to know what to expect from this trade. This is the first profit target. So we covered the stop loss, entry price, and profit target. Now let's go for the second profit target. The second profit target is about to give you the average movement at the past. And this is very interesting, because you want to be, first of all, to take your profit at the first profit target, 66%. That's one thing that you want to take. And then if the market really starts to drop down more and more, you can play it by ear. It's mean that use your experience how you want to manage it. If you see some resistance or some support, there is no reason to stay in this trade. But if you see some momentum, do it. But play much more defensive on the 33% because all this trade idea reached this point. More than this, it's about the market momentum in the current time. Another thing that here you can see is the reward risk ratio, which is clear. First profit target compared to the stop loss delta. This is 1.6. Everything about more than 1, it's considerably good because the historical success rate you see here, it's 75% success. So even 1-to-1 manage to be a good trade. And trade duration, 54 minutes. You see, this trade will be expired in 38 minutes. Why 38? Because 70 minutes already passed and 18 minutes passed. And the trade duration, it's the average time that took to this 6 success. That's what we want to see. Like we want to understand how success looks like. And in this 6 time of success, it take the average time to the market to reach the profit target was 54 minutes. What it means that some of these trades take time to the market to absorb it. You can get here some sense. But if this trade now hitting the first profit target, almost, I would get out 66%. The trade duration is to give me more about when this trade about to expire. And here this success, let's say now I release 66%. Now I manage the rest. And that's it. So let's move now. I see that there is some questions. I will try to, we don't have so much time, but let's try to do it because it's important. How exactly the magnitude calculated? Okay, the magnitude, he meant to magnitude of surprise. This magnitude of surprise, it's a bit weaker. What it means? This difference between the actual and the expectation. If you look about many events in the past of existing home sales, many releases of this specific event, this difference, not so much. Why I say not so much? Because I see here a bit different, but I know which algorithms runs behind. Behind in the system, we have statistical algorithms that measure if this difference of 100,000, it's a lot. No, it's not a lot.
New tweet of Bloomberg Markets.
I will make this silence for some time. So this is for your question. It's statistical models that analyzing for every single event, every side of the market of the release. If it's stronger, it's different magnitude for the same difference because maybe we tend to get more good surprises or something like this. So everything is statistical here behind. It's not some analyst expectation or analyst opinion. It's fact-based. Tutu Mondo, I hope that I answer your question. James, how many ideas generated per day? This is a good question, and we got this answer many times. We are not, and it's important, we're generating idea based on the opportunity in the market. We are not idea generator or ideas factories, and we're not committing to any amount of ideas. We committing to, if there is something interesting in the market, we will push it. It could be 3 ideas in 1 hour, which you need to be careful not to overtrade. Pick one and trade it, and that's it. Don't try to catch all of them. And it could be days that quiet, so you get like 1 or 2 trades idea for the S&P per day. But I can say that every single day there is like as average 3 trade ideas to each instrument. Less or more, it depends on the activity in the markets, on the economic events. Monday is less. When there is significant price movement, we see more. And so we don't have fixed number, but there is several opportunities to any instrument. What I strongly suggesting is to pick 2-3 instrument, maximum 4, and be focused on them. Don't try to trade every trade idea, and don't try to trade any trade idea, even for S&P 500. If it's counter your logic, let's say you don't like to buy and sell to trade around the opening of the US market, don't do it. Even if our trade idea with significant and very good historical success rate, you have very good practice as a trader. You're already profitable. Don't underestimate it. This is much higher in the priority from our analysis. Take our analysis when it's come with your ideas or to get some expectation, how much you need to expect from this trade. You see the market pretty stable here in the profit target. Not surprising, not because we can expect something or invent something, because 6 times in the past when it was success, that was the profit target. So the market feel comfortable to be here. So if it's with your, like if it's not counter your logic, do it. If it's counter your logic, prefer your logic. This trade idea is like team of analysts. They're not coming to replace you. They're coming to empower you. But your experience with the market much stronger and much more accurate than any statistical that you get. A statistical should come and or generate new idea for you or support you and give you some expectation what to gain from this trade or what is reasonable stop loss. Okay. Yes. Hello, this trade idea. Sofik Long. Long is your family or last name, or long is your attendance in the market? The trade characteristic is where we can enter the market, right? Yeah, the trade characteristic is it's come to show you exactly how success in the past looks like. So this trade idea short gold generated because we saw in the past that 6 out of 8 times the market went down. So the trade characteristics, it's like depth analysis about this 6 win. So this 6 win, this stop loss delta hold, this profit target hold, like reached by all these 6, this risk reward, the just calculation for this. The trade duration is according to these 6 wins, the average time. By the way, if you stand here on every single point in the system, you will get explanation for the same that I'm passing, so it will be easier for you to absorb it later. 75 historical success, it's 6 out of 8. We're ignoring the no significant move in the market. And okay, yes. Now I want to talk a bit about the backtester, which is the most powerful tool of the system. You can see here, there is some demo case that I loaded before. Negative unemployment rate in the US market. The event's about to release tomorrow, and I want to prepare. It's not really going to release tomorrow, but let's say that it's unemployment rate going to release, and I want to prepare. And I want to see the charts. I don't do. I used to trade 7 years, about 10, 12 hours a day. I don't want to trust anyone or any other analysis. It's nice to get some analysis from team of analysts, but I want to see the markets by myself. I want to be able to see the charts by myself. So here, I can even backtest it before the event release. What's happened if the unemployment going to be negative? And here, it's simulation that we already ran for you. And let's open the charts. But I can see here, 8 out of 9 times, S&P moved up following similar releases of negative unemployment rate. So I can say from the trade idea here on the top, unemployment rate lift the S&P 500. Sounds weird, right? But let's dig it to inside. With the backtester, we can see this chart. One time the market went up 15 minutes before, 90 minutes after. And then another time the market went up, another time went up and then down and then up and then a bit down. Another time the market went significantly up. Now I have the confidence to take long for the S&P after the event release. And I understand why. So you want to see the charts. You don't want just to get a trade idea. You want to one click here and then to get all the trade ideas, all the charts of similar releases for the gold. And then you get your confidence. And then that's what professional traders need, to see the evidence, not to get some analysis like as a black box, to get the analysis, to understand very good from where it's coming. You have here the real-time charts. It's gold. And yeah, that's the way that it works. So you can open and you can see the charts of the gold. This is real time because it's this trend in the market. Like this is the trade. This is today. But I can see previous releases. I can see what's happened with the gold. I can see that the gold went down or up. You can see. I can see now. I understand why it's 50 minutes duration, because it takes some time the gold to move down, and so and so. This is one of the losses. This is the stop loss. You want to understand. You want to know how success looks like, how stop loss looks like, how the market. You see the market stable, 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 and then till it start to drop. So this is the backtester. You want to see how the market reacted. You don't just want to get the trade ideas. Now, if you don't have more question, I will go to about the pricing and which packet contain what. The package of the backtester cost $79 a month. If you take it monthly, this is the price, $79 a month for monthly. It's yearly for the yearly plan. It's $588, and we have deal for this for now. We have deal for the webinar. We have deal. I will put the webinar deal link. I will put here in several moments. So I will put it here in several moments. If you have more questions, you always can email me. If you have more questions, you can email me. I will put my email here so you can see. This is the webinar, the link. I didn't told you, but in this link you have price of $2.99. It's for better instead of $5.88. It's pretty good pricing for everything for 1 year, including the backtester, including the voice assistants, including the trade ideas, and work for both. Yes, the mobile, the webinar deal, it's everything. It's all the capabilities of the system for mobile and web. Yes, no hidden fees or something like this. It's available only from this link, and you can email me for any questions. Yes, it's not cheap, but it's good price, like to get more angle for the markets, and that's it. Yeah, you can subscribe. The webinar deal list will be active for today till 12 o'clock in the night, I believe, Eastern time. So that's it. If you have any question, just email me, and you are welcome. And thank you for joining our webinar. And I hope that you're enjoying the product and doing very good. The oil event just released, so enjoy your trading. The oil event is about to release 26 seconds, so you can enjoy it after the webinar. Bye-bye.